Not only here, but in this globalized world, gather for coming from general discussions to concrete results, culminating my trip around this, the financial turmoil. Dissemination established itself at a much higher level than otherwise. So I leave this part of the world with the feeling that something important is going on, and that normally we should come back to much more normal conditions, not too late. Nevertheless, we must draw many lessons from this crisis, and in particular, it is important that the international community devotes some thoughts on how to avoid the recurrence of similar crises, and if they occur, how to combat them with even more efficiency. With them, I have the impression, I know that Secretary Ocampo has made declarations recently, and for private banks to distant or insufficient. So we thought that we had to invite the Asian countries to create a kind of regional surveillance to develop in this part of the world the kind of peer pressure we see being exercised, for instance, among the European countries in the several frameworks for mutual surveillance. The same kind of surveillance the IMF is associated with in the framework of the G7, for the G7 countries. And we believe that if this is established, then we will be much less exposed to the multiplication of crises. Prevention will take place. We will never know how many countries we will have avoided by regional surveillance on top of the IMF surveillance. Nevertheless, certainly, countries will be much more attentive to take preemptive actions, not to be exposed to attacks in the markets, and not to create a problem for their neighbors. Yes?
Some of the information that appears to be missing
for it to be useful for the market participants. What I would like very much to see is this: whatever financial mechanism could be put in place, it shouldn't in any way compete or alter, and even less reduce, the quality and the strength of the IMF policies and conditionality. Of Secretariat